is Matt for AVNation.tv. We're here in the Altia Systems booth at ISE 2019 in lovely Amsterdam with Zeb. How you doing, sir?
Great to meet you, Matt. How are
Pleasure
you doing?
to meet you. We don't know your company yet. This is a new company and a new product for us.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about your 180-degree camera for video conferencing that you're showing behind us.
Yeah, happy to do it. We're pioneering a fundamentally new kind of a product. So everybody's familiar with cameras, right? And cameras have a certain field of view. What we set out to solve was to create a 180-degree field of view.
Okay.
And we chose to do that by inventing a lot of new technology, new algorithms, so where we can synchronize, stitch, and optimize video from 3 cameras in real time, extremely fast, to make it look like one giant video camera.
So you're stitching 3 cameras together in real time.
Yeah.
Tell me how that, how you accomplish that fast enough to be usable for actual video conferencing, but also why you chose to do that over the traditional method of using a fisheye with some lens correction.
Right. You know, so great questions, Matt. And I think, first of all, the reason to use multi-camera array versus a fisheye is that when you use a fisheye, you get kind of that fishbowl effect.
Right.
You can correct for it partly, but you still get where people, if they're not straight in the middle, they look like they're being pulled apart, or they look weird. They don't look normal. With us, we have 3 non-distorting cameras. So even if you're right at the limit on one side or the other, you'll look like you look. It won't look strange, right? Now, doing it is very hard. And to do that, we had to invent a lot of new computer vision and artificial intelligence algorithms that run in a processor we built into our device. So although it's a very tiny device, there are actually 9 processors. There's a lot going on.
Wow.
Yeah, we process 300 million pixels every second to synchronize and stitch this so that it looks clean and smooth and good to you.
That's ridiculous. Now, it is an incredibly small camera system, camera platform.
Yep.
Like, this is smaller than most of the coins that we have.
Yes.
Tell me about the cameras, because they look tiny.
They do, but they're very high-end cameras. There are 3 13-megapixel cameras in here with an f2.4 lens, a very high-performance lens. And literally each one is a full camera. And so, you know, they, in their own field of view, produce brilliant, clean, pristine video. We also have invented a lot of new technology to where they act as data sensors. So by using artificial intelligence, you know, I can detect where people are. So for example, in addition to giving you audio and video, because we have 2 great microphones and audio DSP, I can give you a count of how many people are present, where they are present. You can use that information. We have customers using that to automatically log how their conference rooms are being used. You know, many big companies have thousands of these rooms, and typically they're often booked, but sometimes they're not actually in use. Somebody may have put a 52-week recurring meeting, but not used it all the time, right? And then other people are looking for a space, they can't find one. So we can automate that workflow to where if it finds that nobody's present, it can automatically release the room booking.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it saves a lot of corporate real estate, right? Think about the cost of real estate in any major metropolitan area. The other is because we give you the full 180. Companies like Uber have deployed these all over the world because now in their huddle rooms, you can push the table right under the screen and sit 5 people around that screen and still use all 5 locations.
That's fantastic.
That can't happen with any standard camera.
No. Now, one of the questions that I had is, because you've got that 180 degree, what happens if you only have 3 people or 2 people in that huddle room? Do you have all this excess real estate making them appear so much smaller to fill that screen?
No, that's a great question. In fact, we pioneered the whole notion of using detection intelligence to frame the shot. So now there are many companies talking about auto-framing. We shipped starting in 2017. So to answer your question, if there's just 3 people, it'll automatically narrow down the field of view to exactly the right size. Now suppose the 4th person comes in on the edge, it'll open it up. Somebody leaves, so it's doing it in real time. So you don't need a remote control anymore, because it's doing what you would try to do by using a remote.
That's fantastic. As far as the analytics side, is it something where the analytics are just living here within the device, or can it be shared with third parties so that not only can it release that room, but can tech managers or infrastructure managers know what rooms are being booked continually, like an 8-person room being booked for 4 people, or something like that? Can you pull that information out?
That's a great question. Absolutely, yes. We've opened up our API. We've made the API free of cost and the data free of cost. And so, yes, to answer your question, we now have about 10 different companies that are using data through the API to do the kind of things you mentioned. Our partners in Australia, AVT, They wrote a piece of software where they take the data from this as a data sensor and are using it to automate room cancellations, room bookings, and also to create a repository, like a data lake of information that you can go back and look later on to see what's the pattern of use, what's the seasonality, how do people use the space,
That's fantastic.
and then how to optimize from there.
That's fantastic. So last question I had for you is, what is the connectivity on this? Is this living on the network? Is this USB?
It's a USB. We made it a very simple USB-C, one wire, and zero software footprint. You plug it in, you select it, you're good to go.
That's fantastic.
So we hide all the complexity for our users.
So for everyone with a variety of systems, all they have to do is plug this in. Their system will see it as a standard USB camera, and they can just go to it.
Exactly.
That is fantastic. So if someone wants to find out more information about this product and all the other products that you have, where can they find that?
Yeah, just PanaCast.com. Go to PanaCast.com on the web and you'll find us there.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Pleasure,
it.
Matt.
For more videos from the show floor and to learn more about AVNation, please visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.